What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tide, and this is the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War RPG-7 Gold Camouflage Guide. I'd like to thank you guys for the warm reception and incredible feedback on the Sigma 2 Gold Camouflage Guide video, which will be linked in the description down below. I would highly recommend that one if you haven't yet seen it. The Sigma 2 and RPG-7 camouflage challenges really do go hand in hand. Similar to the Cigma, the RPG camo challenges can be divided into three categories: infantry kills, ground score streaks, and aerial score streaks. You'll find timestamps to each of those categories in today's video in the description down below. In the last video, we rated the Sigma 2 to have a DEFCON 1 difficulty rating, making it the most difficult weapon in the entire game to unlock the Gold Camouflage 4. And while the RPG is slightly easier, it is still there, just as difficult, no walk in the park. It is also a DEFCON 1 difficulty. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure how much usable footage I have with the RPG, so let's jump straight into infantry challenges. With the RPG, you'll need to eliminate 50 enemies, earn 23 kill streaks, and earn 25 double kills. For a class for your infantry kills, I would recommend the Flak Jacket perk so that you don't kill yourself with your own explosives. The Danger Close wildcard will start you at spawn with 5 rockets versus the standard 3, which gives you a much greater chance to earn more kills in a single life. The Scavenger perk will allow you to resupply rockets. The Assault Pack Field upgrade will allow you to resupply rockets as well. And I would also recommend the Ninja perk for the mobility aspect of the RPG. Versus the Cigma, you're going to be moving around a whole lot more with the RPG because it's much more agile. You can aim down sights faster, you can reload faster, and that makes it a much more usable weapon on the move. So Ninja is not going to give away your position when you're running around the map because it silences your footstep. When it comes to choosing a map and mode for the RPG infantry kills, I would highly recommend Hardcore. While the RPG does a little more damage than the Cigma and has a little more blast radius, you're still going to have a ton of hit markers in core mode, and that is without even mentioning the Flak Jacket spam that has been of late. So I would strongly recommend Hardcore, and Hardcore Domination specifically. Domination so that you know where the enemy spawn is on a more regular basis. Team Deathmatch seems to switch too often. You're looking for any map with rooms, walls, and elevation, so you want to hit the ground or the wall near an enemy and have the blast radius kill them, rather than having to hit them directly every single time. In response to my Sigma video, I do not recommend playing Nuketown 24/7. Either hardcore or core, you're not going to have a lot of fun there. Try and get your infantry kills. It may seem like it's a small map, there's a lot of people, it's hectic, you might be able to get some kills, but everyone and their mother is running Flak Jacket on Nuketown. People know what to expect with Nuketown. They are using their Flak Jacket perk, and it's going to take 3+ rockets to kill a single enemy on Nuketown. So try it on the regular hardcore domination playlist rotation. Here we have a quick recap of the Sigma 2 video because a lot of the same questions will be asked of the RPG. If you find yourself in a pickle, don't worry about pulling out your primary to keep the streak alive. You can alternate between the RPG and other weapons in your 3-kill streak. As long as you earn 3 RPG kills in any order in a single life, it will still track towards your 3-kill streak challenge. So don't worry about having to use another weapon to get to your favorite spot where you know you can get 3 kills. As long as you get 3 kills, it counts. 6-kill streak will count as 2 3-kill streaks where challenge progress is concerned. And unlike with the Cigma, this actually seems possible with the RPG. Double kills do not need to come from a single rocket, especially for the RPG. The Sigma 2 handling was so incredibly slow that back-to-back rocket kills were basically impossible. But the RPG is much faster to reload and aim down sights, and therefore subsequent rocket kills are not only possible, but I would recommend them. It's much easier to kill one guy with one rocket, reload, and then kill another, than to get double kills or triple kills with a single rocket with the RPG. You will still need to be very quick and on your feet though. Melee kills with the RPG in hand will count towards challenge progress for eliminations, double kills, and 3-kill streaks with this weapon. Do not feel ashamed to melee people with your RPG to get challenge progress. You can even melee somebody and then rocket another person to get a double kill. Now on to some new questions. Question 1, is hardcore mode absolutely necessary for this challenge? And unfortunately, yes. Like I've said, the blast radius and splash damage on the RPG is higher than the Cigma, but you'll still find it difficulty to consistently earn one-shot kills in core modes, and especially because of Flak Jacket being more popular by the day. And now for some questions I didn't think to include in my Cigma video. Does killing an enemy by destroying a vehicle count towards any of the infantry kill challenges? Absolutely it will, as long as they are within the vehicle. If they are standing next to the vehicle when the vehicle explodes and they die as a result of that explosion, it will not count as an RPG kill. However, if they are driving or a passenger within the vehicle, it will count. It'll even count towards a double kill if you happen to destroy a vehicle that has 2 or more enemies within it. And does finishing a down enemy in Fireteam Dirty Bomb count towards RPG eliminations and other challenges? Yes, I believe it does. However, Fireteam Dirty Bomb is a dangerous place and most teams are very competitive and working together. You probably won't have a chance to down someone, swap to your RPG, run up and melee or RPG them when they are downed before their teammates show up and kill you. And if you down all of the teammates, they just team wipe and you won't be able to kill any of them anyway. So Fireteam Dirty Bomb is not a recommended game mode for this challenge. Some last minute infantry kill tips before we move on. Just try to enjoy yourself and it'll go by a lot quicker. These challenges can take a while. They can be really tedious, but they aren't as draining as the Cigma kill challenges. So don't be counting the kills in your streaks or don't be counting how many double kills you have in a single game. It's a good way to stress yourself out. Just load into each game expecting to use the RPG. Whatever happens, happens. If you have some other friends that are doing the camouflage grind as well, get a bunch of you in one lobby, all with RPGs, and it'll be a great time. Once again, if all else fails, find elevation over a high traffic area and lie in wait. There's no shame in tactically waiting when you're attempting to complete challenges and you're at a clear disadvantage weapon-wise. The RPG, the Cigma, these are not great weapons. Even in hardcore, you're going to be suffering, so do what you have to do to get it done. With that in mind, let's get into the ground score streak challenges. You'll need to destroy 25 score streaks, vehicles, or enemy equipment, destroy 25 ground score streaks or enemy vehicles specifically, and destroy 3 score streaks or vehicles in a single life 10 times. And that's right, you heard me right. You can thank your lucky stars. Treyarch were much more lenient on the score streak challenges with the RPG, unlike with the Cigma 2, where you'd have to destroy 50 aerial and ground score streaks individually. You'll only need to destroy 25 with the RPG. The ground score streak class will consist of the engineer perk to more easily spot enemy equipment, score streaks, and vehicles, danger close for more rockets, scavenger and assault pack to resupply those rockets, and Semtex grenades for that Semtex solo strategy, which we'll be talking about later. For your map and mode, I would strongly recommend Combined Arms and Assault specifically. Now, Combined Arms is the best place to do this because you're going to see a lot more vehicles there, and vehicles are easier to destroy than ground score streaks because the only score streaks that count towards the challenge are the RCXD and the Sentry Gun. And while they are certainly easier to destroy with the RPG than the Cigma, I would still recommend going after enemy vehicles because there are more of them, more frequently, and especially for your 3 streaks in a single game challenge, good luck finding and destroying 3 sentry guns in a single game. For your map, I would strongly recommend Crossroads. Armada is okay as well. There are more vehicles on Armada and Crossroads than there are on Cartel, which is the worst of the 3 choices. But Armada is more difficult with the RPG because you cannot lock onto the boats. And if you fire an RPG into the water, it will continue through the water rather than exploding on the water surface. On Crossroads, if your RPG misses a sled but hits the ground next to it, it will likely destroy the sled as well. With the boats, it's not that easy. Now, once again, let's cover some of the things that we've already learned in the Cigma 2 video. Any ground-based vehicle, including watercraft like the jet ski or gunboat, currently containing an enemy will count towards these challenges. Sometimes you'll get lucky and destroying an unmanned vehicle just after the enemy is exited will also count. Look for the breakdown medal. If that pops up, there's a really good chance that that destruction counted towards your challenge. Motorcycles, jet skis, and sleds each require a single rocket to be destroyed. Tanks and gunboats are a little more resilient with 3 or 4 rockets being needed. However, there is a solo Semtex strategy that I've devised that works for the RPG just as well as it does with the Cigma. So what is that solo Semtex strategy in case you missed the previous video? All you have to do to destroy a gunboat or a tank by yourself without help is hit it with a Semtex grenade first. The Semtex deals an incredible amount of damage to tanks and gunboats in this game, as long as you stick the Semtex to the vehicle, let it explode, and then hit it with a rocket. You will destroy it in a single rocket every single time. Just make sure no one else is shooting at it, or they might steal your kill. For those of you playing with friends, the buddy system is a perfectly reasonable secondary strategy where you'll have your teammates weaken enemy vehicles before you deal the final blow. Aerial Scorestreak challenges are next, and there's only one aerial Scorestreak challenge, but it is the hardest challenge on the RPG by far. Destroy 25 aerial Scorestreaks. For your aerial Scorestreak class, you'll need Engineer to more easily spot those Scorestreaks in the sky, Danger Close to have more rockets, Scavenger and Assault Pack to resupply rockets because you'll need a lot of rockets. For a map and mode, I'm going to recommend any mode, but Combined Arms is probably better because there are more players, more streaks, larger maps means safer spawns, and there's more time to destroy those streaks. The best maps in the game I've found for destroying enemy streaks in the sky are Cartel, Armada, Crossroads, and Nuketown. You're going to look for maps that have little to no skyline, no tall buildings, no trees, clear skies, and streaks that fly nearer to the map. Now, I'm positive the number one question when it comes to aerial Scorestreak challenges with the RPG would be, is there a guaranteed perfect method to shoot down aerial streaks every time with a free fire rocket launcher like the RPG? And unfortunately, no. Absolutely not. A large majority of your aerial streak kills will come entirely from luck, though it does pay to know what you can shoot down more easily. So which Scorestreaks would I recommend you attempt to destroy with the RPG? Number one, prioritize enemy care package couriers. And this one might surprise you, but these are by far the easiest airstreaks to destroy in the game with the RPG. They fly nearer to the map than any other streak, and they stay stationary in the air for a brief period while dropping the care package. You will need to be on your toes and ideally in the vicinity of where the care package has been called in, usually in the enemy spawn, but they are much more manageable to destroy than even spy planes. Next, I'd recommend attacking enemy attack helicopters. A lot of players still use them given they're a decent default streak that you unlock at level 1. Attack helicopters require quite a few rockets, but they fly very close to the map, usually hovering near your team's spawn, so they're always close. You can use the buddy system or your own LMG with a cavalry barrel to weaken the helicopter and then switch to your RPG to finish it off really quickly. But beware of poachers, because when teammates spot a weakened enemy chopper, they tend to start shooting at it as well, especially if you're the one in the back of the map shooting at it with a cavalry barrel LMG. You'll need to be quick with that final RPG, so be prepared to steal the chopper kill from someone else that's also firing at it. Lastly, let's talk about spy planes. Counter spy planes are entirely off the table in this game because they require 2 rockets to destroy. However, regular spy planes only require a single rocket, not to mention they're the most popular streak in the entire game. You'll see a lot of these things in the sky. The problem is, they fly incredibly high on most maps and are surprisingly fleet. It'll take some getting used to, and honestly, as much advice as I can give you, the best I can give you is to practice, practice, practice. The more you try, the more you'll learn the just about area that you'll need to fire your rocket towards. You'll get used to it. But to give you a starting off point, I would recommend leading the spy plane at least an inch, if not slightly more, and that is an inch of screen space on your screen. I'll also say that shooting at a spy plane on the opposite side of the map is an absolute waste of time for everyone involved. Wait until the plane is just above you, ideally on its approach towards you, so that you can fire straight up, straight into the sky, rather than on an angle. If you're firing on an angle, you're likely to miss the spy plane. The closer it is to you, the more likely you are to destroy it. So if you can get directly under it, your rocket won't waver as much when you're firing in a straight line, and you'll have a much better chance of hitting the spy plane as it passes over you. My final tip for destroying aerial Scorestreaks with the RPG may seem a little counterintuitive at first, but please bear with me. Keeping your mental health in check is extremely important throughout this challenge, and so I would focus on other challenges that you have more control over. For example, use your RPG for infantry kills, go into hardcore, run around with the RPG, and in the case that a spy plane happens to show up, give it 1 or 2 tries, shoot a couple rockets at it, and then move on. Do not dwell on a single spy plane, and don't stand at the back of the map all day shooting at streaks, or you're just going to make yourself frustrated. Even if you have to run your RPG as a true secondary weapon, prioritize your assault rifle or SMG, and only pull out the RPG when you hear that enemy streaks are being called in. I really hope what I've had to say in today's video helps you to unlock your RPG camos a little bit easier. If it has, hit the like button and subscribe. More videos just like this one are on the horizon for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War on the channel. You could also check out my Twitch channel. It is linked in the description down below, or you can search Tide347 on Twitch. That is my main source of content. I live stream every day, whereas YouTube is a secondary driver. So as much as the support on YouTube is greatly appreciated, it would be that much more appreciated if you could check out my Twitch and give me a follow over there. Any comments, questions, concerns about the launcher challenges in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, leave them in the comment section down below and I will get to them as soon as possible. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day and I will see you guys on the next video. Boom! Yes! That's gotta be it. Launcher diamond camo! Yeah! Woo! Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck these launchers.